Okay, so one of two things is happening with this Ace, Shelly, Andreina situation. The first option is that Ace has absolutely been wanting to get back on the Love Island clout train. Why? Because when the episode of Beyond the Villa, when all the boys went to Taylor's ranch, when that episode aired and you know, all that was happening, immediately, like 2 days later, like Ace was in Taylor's ranch and doing the absolute most on like TikTok and all his social medias, like goofing around and just like really, you could tell he really wanted to be part of all that mess. So he's thinking if he can get in with Andreina, it'll be like a reason for him to get back in that and maybe come back into like a season of Beyond the Villa, if that even gets renewed or whatever. But he absolutely regrets missing out on and fumbling all those bags and all that clout, because he came out of that villa so butthurt that he wasn't the favorite and that they were making fun of him so bad, but they were making fun of everybody. He just didn't know how to have a sense of humor about himself. He took himself so seriously. He said, screw all that Love Island stuff. Didn't do any of the appearances with the cast except what he was contractually obligated to do. And he absolutely regrets it, and he wants to get into that clout. And that's why he's like, hook me up with Andreina. You know, he, you know, just broke up with Shelly. Andreina is very much part of the mix. They're all getting these crazy brand deals. They're on TV commercials. Like, they're winning. Like the Love Island kids, however you feel about them, they're doing their thing. They're making their money. So he absolutely wants to get in on that. Or two, option B, is I find it very interesting, the timing of everything. How Shelly did a podcast saying how Clark and Andreina and Sierra were her best friends, and 2 days later it comes out that one of her best friends is hooking up with her ex. That sounds very familiar. There's absolutely a clout train to be had with the scorned woman whose friend hooks up with her ex, right? We just saw the scamanda of it all. We had the Sandoval of it all, even though that wasn't her ex. That was very much still her live-in partner. So she could be trying to like recreate one of those, because it is a very interesting timing that all that was happening, and that she's all of a sudden like on all these podcasts and promoting herself, and then all of a sudden my best friend is sleeping with my ex. It's a little weird to me. It's a little weird to me because, yeah, why would you go on a podcast and say this person's my best friend, and 2 days later, oh, it came out that your best friend like is sleeping with your ex? And I don't believe Andreina is part of it or knew anything about it. I don't believe for a second Andreina would give a crap about trying to date Ace. I think Clark and Taylor have been trying to hook them up, which is super shady. And I would not love that if I were Shelly. Taylor is absolutely Ace's friend, not Shelly's friend. And Clark is gonna go along with whatever Taylor says or does. I don't know why. Unfortunately, that's where we're at. Two options. Either Ace is trying to hook up with Andreina to have a reason to get back in the Love Island mix and try to get some Love Island clout and try to get some brand deals, or Shelly is trying to recreate a scamanda scandal so that she can get her bag. In no way do I think Andreina had any idea what was going on. In no way do I think Andreina would ever hook up with Ace. Nobody is checking for that labubu. Yeah, those are my two predictions. If I had a crystal ball, one of those two things is what's happening.